Hey guys, all right, yep. Once again, Bill doing me a solid. We just got Okpozo as I'm getting ready to go live. So Norfolk says Shaleen and a seventh for Okpozo. Interesting. Now, is he going to be on the ice or is he just going to be depth? Who's coming off the ice? Who's coming off the ice? Cousins? How's that going to work? We still need a defenseman, right? All right. So I don't have Billy here because I'm going to be using Twitter a lot. So I don't want to knock him over while we're rushing doing things here. All right. Figures things will start popping. Nerful says he's either going to be in the fourth line or the bench. Yeah, that's kind of what we were asking for, right? Nerful was just one veteran guy who's kind of been there, done that, that can be another piece off the bench. That's good. Basically giving up nothing for it. So yep, exactly, Nerful. Solid depth piece. That's good. That's good. Are we going to get a defenseman? Yeah, Nerful. That's a good point. Huge upgrade over Lorentz. Yep. Excellent point, Nerful. All right. Hi, Sean. No, what are you worried about, Sean? We're good. Now, I'll be flipping back and forth to check on the Twitter feed here. Geez, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, what about cap space? Does Okpozo finishes up cap-wise? Zito must feel pretty confident about the defense. Bolar says with Okpozo, you basically have three captains with him, Barkov, and Matthew, right? Yep. Can I put X live on the stream so we can see the trades? Like, I'm not seeing it either. Well, hold on a second. Hold on. My feed is probably not a good one to follow for Pat Maroon is in Boston. So there's that. The seventh turns into a fifth round if the Panthers win the cup. All right, that's good, solid depth. Good, solid depth. Apparently, Washington, Carolina discussing a Kuznetsov deal. Guys probably already know about that. Dang, that's right. Okpozo was their captain. Geez, imagine trading away your captain for nothing. For nothing. Now I wonder. Come back to the chat here. Hey, Dustin, how you doing, bud? BAU, are we trading the AHL goalie to create cap? No, I think right now we're still good cap-wise. Hey, Vincent. Yeah, Winnipeg got Toffoli. Yeah, no doubt there. Yeah. Hey, Victorious. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about. Well, the cap hit, 2.5, but that's not what do you call it? That's not, we don't take the full 2.5. It's prorated, which is what I'm trying to say. Gordon says no cap. Are you saying they did not retain anything? Let me see. All right, so that's good stuff. Okpozo. I'm still waiting to see. I'm waiting to see if anybody is talking about if there was any salary retained. Jameson doesn't have that. So if there's salary retained or anything, nobody's mentioned it yet. Let me come back to the chat. It's tough because I can't see. I should have my other laptop up here, but Kyle might join us downstairs. Nerfles, yeah, I don't believe there's any retention. Right. So if they didn't retain anything, we have 1.39 left. Dustin wants to know, with this trade, are we pretty much done today? I would not say that. Yeah, Trey, we got Okposo. Dustin, I would not say we're done. Because there's still 1.39. You can still get somebody to retain salary of somebody else. Did Chikrin go anywhere yet? Is there any noise with Chikrin yet? Hey, Colby, I haven't heard his name in like 24 hours. I was wondering if I missed him going someplace or if it's just got dead quiet. Oh, is that Kyle? Kyle, you want to come on? All right, hold on. Get your headphones, Kyle. They're by my computer. By my computer behind you. He's going to figure it out. Kyle's coming. Hold on a second. Thank you, Victorious. All right, Kyle's coming. He's got to get my headphones. I'm yelling at him like he can hear me, but he can't. Hey, Chris. Hungary. We gave up a seventh. And Charlene, I guess that's how you pronounce his name, the seventh turns to a fifth if we win the cup. It's funny how everybody's making us make the conditions if we win a cup, right? Here comes Kyle. We ain't sending Mackey anywhere, Trey. Rosado, we're going to at least 2.
Give me a second.
Yep.
Which side does this
Wait, no,
plug into again?
I can hear you. Can you? But you can't hear me because you need headphones.
Hey.
Can you hear me, Kyle?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, just on this side, though.
Yeah. Oh, were you plugged them into the laptop?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be plugged into the microphone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they
but if it works, it works. As long as everybody else can hear you. Can everybody else hear Kyle? Should be okay. I never used it that way before. But yeah, those headphones only have one ear. All right, kiddo, what's up?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
We just got Okposo from Buffalo.
We got Okposo from Buffalo?
Yeah. They traded us their captain for a 7th round pick that turns into a 5th if we win the cup.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a good depth piece. So Tom, he may not even be on the ice. He may just be Okposo may just be off the bench instead of Lorentz. You know what I mean? I'm refreshing Twitter, so.
Yeah, I was taking a look at TSN, so.
Go ahead.
Let me see. Yeah, Kyle Okposo. We traded them. In a second. We traded to the Sabres a conditional 2024 7th round pick, and this guy named Kyle Jolin.
You sure that's not you, Kyle?
Kyle Jolin. Callesjalin. Must have been some prospect we had. So Dad, you just described it as we got their captain for a 7th round that turns into a 5th rounder if we win the cup.
Yeah. That's good. So now, of course, the only thing we need to know now is if we're going to get a defenseman. So we still have 1.39 in cap space left, if we needed somebody to retain. So
well, I've got TSN pulled up, so I'll take a...
Okay, that sounds good. That's easier than me scrolling Twitter.
Right now, Let's see. Ben Myers was traded to the Ducks
Okay.
for a 5th round pick going back to the Avalanche. The Penguins gave Chad Ruedel, defenseman, to the Rangers for a 2027 4th round pick. So Captain Tripp says, I'm still a Panthers bandwagon fan. Don't worry.
All right, I'll get to the chat. You keep an eye over there, and I'll keep an eye on the chat here a little bit.
Yeah. Toffoli to Winnipeg
Right.
has been confirmed, and it's a rumor that Maroon is going to Boston.
Yeah. Oh, Chris has got a good point. Who goes on waivers? That's a good question, Chris. Who's left to go on waivers? Because Lockwood already cleared, so that's already Lorenz? Can Okposo, is he a center? Can he play center? Damon says Cousins. Oh boy. Yeah, nobody would pick up Cousins. Not at his price. He's at 1.1. Yeah, BAU says probably Lorenz. I doubt would be Mahura, Chris. He'd get snatched for sure, don't you think? I mean, this time of year it's tough though, because everybody's having to waive people. Yeah, Bubba, we got Okposo. Yeah.
So Trey typed in this is apparently a text from a Buffalo friend about Okposo. He says, quote, he was our captain, leader in the locker room. Players love him. He's a goal scorer, but certainly past his prime. This is probably his last run at it. Nothing wrong with that. Can be leadership and a guy who can get you the tough goal in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, no, I think that was not a move that I anticipated, but I think we'll know who he's replacing by whoever gets waived, right? You got to assume. Let me look at No, we cannot go over the limit until after the weekend. I think. Chris knows that more than anybody. Let me look at the roster here in case there's somebody we're forgetting that's up. There's Lorenz. I mean, they wouldn't waive Gadjevich because they just signed him to an extension. Lorenz is a UFA. It's got to be Lorenz, right? The only extra defenseman we have is Mahura. That's it. It's got to be Lorenz. There's I mean, unless you're going to waive Cousins, it's got it Cousins or Lorenz, and you would just assume. I mean, Okposo's not a center, so I think you might see Cousins get waived. Yeah, Bubba. Yeah, I see. We got Okposo from Buffalo. Again, Bill doing me a favor, man. Doing me a solid, like 2 minutes before we go live. That's proof. He's done that twice. Both days. He even skipped the day that I wasn't supposed to go live. Both days. 1 minute, 2 minutes before I go live, he makes his deal. That's just coincidence. Total coincidence. Tom, I don't think Cousins would get picked up. I mean, it's Cousins or Lorenz, unless we're going to move somebody. Unless maybe we're going to send Lorenz somewhere. Victoria says we don't need to waive anybody. It's only 23-man limit until the trade deadline. Right, but if we were at 23. Remember, we had to waive Lockwood to make room for Tarasenko. So technically we still have to waive somebody to make room for Okposo, right? I think it would be Lorenz. Oh, Chris says the 23-man roster expands at 301. So then we don't need to waive anybody. Okay. All right. Yeah, maybe that's correct. You know what? We'll find out. George usually has those answers. George will usually tell us if where is he? Let me see. There we go. Okay.
Esoteric says Kuznetsov to Canes. Cocaine's one of
Yeah, and that's a move. I wonder how Raven feels about Pat Maroon. All right, George doesn't have anything up again about he doesn't have anything up right now. He doesn't even have the Okposo move up just yet. Yeah,
right.
now some people on Twitter are thinking maybe that means Cousins is out, but now let's just get a defenseman. Let's get one more defenseman here. Nobody answered my question. We already had to waive Lockwood, right? Tom, in a little bit, Tom. God, I lost my train of thought now. I was saying something and then I saw Tom's comment. I'm going to have to do that in a separate one, Tom, because that one I want to have titled with the giveaway and everything like that. Because in order to participate in the contest, they're going to have to go to that stream and check it out and all of that. So we'll have to do that in a separate stream. That way you and I have a chance to talk about it and know all the details before I go giving it all away. My question was, no, it's okay, Tom. Chikrin. Did Chikrin go anywhere? I haven't heard his name in 2 days. I finally remember what the hell I was trying to say. Did Chikrin I haven't heard his name in like a couple of days. But of course, yes. he's got terms, so he's not really on everybody's list. But there was a lot of talk that he was going to get moved, right? All right, thank you, Nerful.
Jackson, we made a trade. We got Kyle Okposo for a 7th round pick. So Nerful says Okposo plays right wing, so he's likely taking Lomberg's spot. Then either Lomberg or Cousins will be on the left wing and the other will be out.
Yeah, that to me, you got to put Cousins out. It's not close, really. Cousins is Lomberg is way better than Cousins. I like Gadjevich better than Cousins, to be honest. Cousins' worth was that he filled a hole there on that second line with Bennett and Kachuk. A team, I'm not worried about how the team look last night or anything like that. Their legs were clearly gassed. We've been on the road all that time. And between the contract and the trades, there's a lot of emotional energy being. Hey, thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, brother. I can't take the hats off, but thank you, brother. Kyle's already got his hat off. Thank you, Tom. Much appreciated, brother.
Yeah.
Bubba says announced Barkov on waivers already. All right, let's see. So are we going to get a defenseman? Who's out there? We talked a little bit about this the other day.
Who's going to get traded next?
Right.
Than 3 hours now until the deadline.
And I can't believe. That's one of those moves that I think we all just kind of felt like, okay, we're good at forward. I'd said it a couple of times. And like I said yesterday, the good news is that Lockwood cleared, so we haven't lost anything there. And so now I just wonder which defenseman is he going to pull that nobody had on their mind, because there's nobody that was thinking Okposo to Florida. Wait a minute, is that true, Trey?
I think Trey might be trolling.
I think Trey might be trolling. Oh, that. I would be so shocked if they moved Crosby, man. That would be crazy. Like, I mean, I get it, but yeah, Tom, Maroon went to Boston, right? Yeah, yeah. You, Jeff. Jeff says Eric Johnson. Let me see if there's anything on Twitter about Eric Johnson. Let's see. Well, that's interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, if we were already talking to Buffalo, right? I'm surprised it didn't already happen. I wonder if we were trying to make it happen and it didn't. And Gabranson is also a possibility. Twitter seems to want Eric Johnson. And he was out last night because of trade-related reasons. But wouldn't you think that if we were going to get Johnson from Buffalo, that we would have just done a two-person deal since we already got Okposo, right? And if that's all we had to give for Okposo, how much would we have to give for Johnson? Yeah, Vlad, we got Okposo from. Yeah, this is fun watching people discover this. Yeah, nobody saw that one coming.
So what? We're putting him on the fourth line.
Well, that's where he would go. Yeah, he's extra. He is. He's the perfect bottom six guy. So he's kind of like like a little bit like Lomberg in the sense that he belongs in the fourth line. But if you had to play him for another game up, up higher than that, he's not going to hurt you. You know what I mean? He'll cover you just fine. You'll be okay. So, his injuries. You know what I mean? I mean, we've seen it last year.
Yeah.
Right. So, like maybe as an example, instead of Denisenko coming in for Kachuk, it would have been Okposo. You see what I'm saying? It's just depth to help us get through, what we couldn't finish last year.
Yeah.
So that's a good movie. I mean, giving up nothing. I mean, literally nothing, right? We say we give up nothing because it's like thirds and fifths and sevenths. And then 1 year, we're going to look back in 3 years and we're going to have 2 cups and we're going to have no draft picks for the next 3 years whatsoever. Which I'll take that trade, by the way. I'll take that trade. Yeah, Rosado says Okposo and Stenlin will be dangerous. Yeah, I mean, Stenlin's not a scrub 4C either. You know what I mean? So I like it. I like it.
Bolvar says Vegas has 4.4 million cap. If the Panthers do drop Cousins, Vegas can do the funniest thing ever.
No, I guess you have to end the day. We had to waive Lockwood because we made that trade the other day, and the roster did not extend. Didn't expand. But I guess today is the day you can the roster expands at the end of the day. So I don't think anybody has to waive anybody. I guess, which is why most of the deals kind of go down at the end. Jeff, I appreciate that, brother. Vincent says, so the Panthers are 26th in goals for 5-on-5, lowest among playoff teams. That's interesting. Huh. I still feel what's our goals allowed 5-on-5, right? Let's see. Damien says, what about Tony DeAngelo for the Panthers? Yeah, there was a couple of people asking that question on the last stream. Let me see if there's anything. I'm looking to see if there's anything on D'Angelo.
Nick says, any chance we trade Cousins today?
Oh, wait. The Hurricanes put D'Angelo on waivers yesterday.
Mason says, so we got Okposo. Yeah, we got Okposo.
Yeah, the Canes, to clearing space, they put D'Angelo on waivers yesterday. So if anybody wants them, let's just put it that way. If anybody wants them, they could have them. But from what I'm seeing, Twitter's opinion is a no in terms of D'Angelo. Trey thinks D'Angelo will get picked up. Probably. I don't think it'll be with us. Bubba, I don't know about a Mahura extension. You saw who got the extension was Balinskis, right? Nick says, I'd rather trade Cousins and get a D-man. Just let him sit there. No, they're not going to get rid of Cousins. They're not going to do anything to get rid of Cousins because he's part of the family right now. You know, he may not be on the ice now, but that poor that poor dude went from scoring 2 goals, right, trying to hold on to his job on the second line, to knocked to the 4th line, and then by Saturday he might not even be on the ice. Jason Zucker to Nashville. Gotcha.
Nerful says Alexandre Carrier, a solid right defensive depth for the Preds, is on the block making $2.5 million. At half retained, it would be 1.225,
Okay.
which would be just under the 1.3 million the Panthers have.
All right, that's and he'd be off the bench, I'm going to assume. We don't really need to change to 6 unless you're going to get somebody, you know, unless something else was going to happen. But nice try, Rosado. No way, Rosado. That would not be pleasant. 30% retain wouldn't be enough anyway. They got to retain way more than that now. Oh, no, not if we traded Spencer Knight. You're right. And Kulikov. Lunchwine says, I think Zito is banking on Mahura and Balinskis as our backups. Ah, man, we'll see. I want one more defense, veteran defenseman. Right? Rosado, you almost had me, but the 30% retains not enough. And a second and a third with Spencer Knight is a bit much. Yeah, Bolvar says, wouldn't it be funny if Rosado accidentally predicted the future? Nerval says in the last 5 years, Okposo's only played 1 game at left wing. Every other game is at right wing, so he wouldn't count on him at C. Yeah, okay. So then Lomberg, Stenlin, and Okposo, right? And Cousins goes down. There's Sportsum says, you guys are like Okposo. Sucks you lost your captain. Yeah, man, it's such a small return for somebody's captain. Jeez. I feel bad for you, man. That's you kind of usually expect your captain, but Derek McKenzie was our captain 1 year. I don't think he would have fetched much. So Craig says Savard or bust. Let's see if there's anything. Gotcha, Nerful. Did you read that, Kyle?
Okposo wanted to go to Florida, so Buffalo honored his request.
Okay. Everybody wants to go to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how Huberdeau got sent to Calgary because Matthew Tkachuk wanted to go to Florida. I don't think Huberdeau's laughing. I know that they're not laughing now. That's for sure.
Let's see.
All right. So yeah, go ahead, Kyle.
I was just taking a look at TSN, and so far they haven't updated anything after the Chad Rowadell trade.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of quiet. I mean, it's a little bit quiet. They got my hopes all up. I mean, not that I want to see Crosby get moved, but boy, that would be entertaining, you know. Per Eric Angels, the Canadians are looking for a first for David Savard. No thanks. He's out. No, thank you. Jeez. Nobody's getting a first for anything here today. What's he got? He's signed through next year. His cap hits 3.5. So I don't think that movement is happening.
Nerful says all signs pointing to Max Pacioretty or Riley Smith to the Rangers. Avs are targeting a backup goalie, Capo Kakkonen, a target.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the Rangers got to do something, right? Because they lost out on Gensel. I saw a bunch of Ranger fans this morning wanting Vetrano back.
Vincent asks, you want riots in Pittsburgh?
That would be, that's in fact, if he's going to get dealt, well, I don't really want him to go to the Rangers because there's a decent chance we'd be playing him in the finals, conference finals.
Okay, well, TSN is finally caught up to everyone else with Pat Maroon going to the Bruins and Jason Zucker going to Nashville.
Honestly, Twitter's the fastest way. I think we found that out during the trade deadline too.
Yeah, Pittsburgh has really just left Sid high and dry. Bad year and trading Gensel. It's the Penguins kept that core around for way too long.
Yeah. Yep. One more than 1 year too many. That's for sure.
So Frank says, hey, how about Spencer Knight's Sourdiff? Are you saying
I don't think those guys are going anywhere right now.
Okpozo's last playoff game was 8 years ago, 15-16. I guess he will be hungry to play meaningful hockey again.
Yeah.
Someone said he was actually an Islander in that year. We played him in that series.
Yeah. That was that name. That's why that name sounds so familiar. Take the chat for a second, Kyle. I'll look that up.
All right. Colin, the Panthers got Kyle Okposo for a conditional 7th round pick. We basically got a great deal on yet another player.
Okposo, that year that they beat us, he played 79 games for the Isles, 22 goals, 42 assists, and he only had 2 goals in the playoffs. But yeah, he was part of that team that did us dirty in the first round. So now he's going to be on the other end of things. Yeah. No, he's a forward. He's a 4th liner at this point. Trey says, Greg, that came from Spitting Chicklets. Oh, I see. You're talking. Okay. Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, Bubba. Bubba says I looked up Okposo and I don't mind the pickup. He's going to improve play being here in Florida. Everybody does, right? Oh, I see what Greg was saying. He was saying TSM was talking about expanding the playoffs. What do we think? And Trey says that came from Spit and Chicklets. It was Friedman suggesting it. He basically wanted to implement the play-in style that baseball does. Man, I know we don't need more playoff teams because who would those be at this point, right? If you did that, you would have what? Tampa, Detroit, the Islanders, the Capitals, and would the Penguins be in that mix or not?
Yep.
Go ahead, Carl.
Sorry, the Islanders may pass Tampa and take the wild card if they win the games on hand. The Isles are only down by 2 points to Tampa and have 2 games in hand.
Right.
So,
yeah, no, the Lightning they're not guaranteed. I still think in the end the Lightning are going to make it, just because I'm not ready to vote again. I'm not ready to pick against that team just yet. When they don't make the playoffs, then we'll say, well, I guess they didn't make the playoffs. But until that happens, they're still one notch ahead of the other retirement home teams. You know what I mean? They're not quite retirement home yet. They're the 55 plus. Those 55 plus communities. That's what the Lightning are. The other teams, that's the retirement home. The Lightning still has some juice left. Sean says, is there any chance of Crosby is dealt? He was not happy. He was less than thrilled with the Gensel thing. And you saw their performance on the ice last night at what was it, 6-0? So they definitely Trey keeps saying Crosby is a Leaf. Oh, I mean, the number of teams that you can't trade him to because the fan base would just lose their mind, right? Like, I don't think it's going to happen, but I think Pittsburgh fans wouldn't cry if he got traded to Florida because it's not really a big rival and maybe he get another cup. But it just seems too soon for him to just be tossed off like that. No pun intended. Oh, here comes Trey with Hellebuck as a Panther. Crosby for... yeah, put Eichel on LTIR, right? Go to Crosby. Jeez. Ugh. Send Crosby to Bolts backup goalie. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, I was just... I was saying that's funny. The Bolts backup goalie, you know who that is? This Jonas Johansson. I don't think anyone is going to willingly trade for Jonas Johansson. The Avs are the team apparently in the market for a goalie. So Capo Kakkonen is apparently the target for the Avs. So how would we grade this so far? How would we grade the Okposo move and the Tarasenko move?
I cannot grade that until I see if we do not get a defenseman. Quote from GM Bill Zito: Kyle is an exceptionally respected veteran who brings leadership and competitive edge to our team. We're thrilled to be able to add him to our group. So there you go. The Devils retained 50% on the Toffoli trade to the Jets. Oh, man.
Everyone's retaining 50%.
Everybody's retaining, man.
This is a buyer's deadline. This is the buyer's market is the expression I'm looking for.
Jeez. I wonder, Kyle, what do you think? Should I make a video about Okposo? I'll wait to the end. I don't want to make one separate for him, and then we end up going and getting another defenseman. I'll wait. I think Hag is still in the league, right? Hey, Svela Hamburger Hunt. Thanks, bud. Nothing. You didn't miss much, Tom. It's slow. It's slow. Who's the big dogs left? Somebody nerf. Who's the big dogs that are left?
IDK. The deadline is at 3:00.
Yeah.
Well, there's Chikrin.
But that's not a guarantee. They don't have to move him. I mean, he's not a UFA. So that's no guarantee there.
And then there's the Avs. The Avs are in the market for a backup goalie. The Penguins might not be done selling off.
And Saravalli had spoken earlier about how the Panthers could possibly be in on Pacioretty, but I think getting a Pozo nullifies that. It's clear Bill wanted one more guy, and so we got him. Defense, Bill, come on now. Now you know he's going to do it. I'm just curious. The curiosity of who is killing me.
Let's see.
Here's somebody that says, this is on Twitter, the no state tax teams have such a big competitive advantage versus the rest of the league. The NHL needs a workaround here, and if we're being honest, it starts and ends with abolishing the salary cap. Oh, now they're gonna start crying that people want to come here because we got no state tax. Oh, I love that. I love it, man.
Bucks.
Go ahead, Kyle. I'm
Bucks
laughing.
Rays Bolts is apparently just now finding out that Duke went to Tampa for real.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we may end up playing them. You know, we could still play the Leafs. Depends on if we win the division. But if we get the top seed in the conference, we could possibly still end up playing the Lightning in round one, which, I mean, I know when you look at it on the paper, it might look like, okay, you know, we should, you know, I don't know. They still scare me a little bit. And scare is not the right word. Just, you know, old dogs, they tend to hang on for a long time. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I would not want to be. Well, the Toronto took him out in the first round last year, right?
Yeah, Toronto.
Yeah. Okay, so then we would not be the first team that was trying to eliminate them in the first round. So, right.
Yeah.
David, how good was Duke? I mean, if you're a Tampa fan, just don't ask him to play defense. He's very streaky. So it just depends on, you're probably going to get happy Duke, right? Because he's going to be happy to come back to Florida and everything like that. You'll get that version. And when he's on, he's money. And then when he's off, the rest of his game suffers something terrible. So, but you guys needed help. I'm surprised Tampa didn't go more defense with Sergachev being out. Duke is fast. He's not quite as fast as he was before the Achilles. And, you know, he's a little bit older now. But, no, he's a good piece. He's a good piece for Tampa. He will help them for sure. Chris says we also can play the Flyers, who have beaten us 2 times this year, with a game in Philly still to be played. How would we play them not in the first round? Oh, you saying if they drop lower, end up as 8? Chris, that's true. I don't think the Flyers are going to drop out of the 3rd spot, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, that's true. That's also, there's a lot. We could play the Islanders, right? The Islanders could sneak past the Lightning, and we could play the Islanders in the first round. I'm good with that. I'm not interested in Philly in the first round. Let the Canes play Philly. Let the Canes and Philly go at it. The best possible scenario for us is the Canes playing Philly and the Bruins playing the Leafs. That's the best possible scenario for us. Canes, Flyers, Leafs, Bruins. That would help the Panthers out tremendously, because then we cannot play, by definition, three of those teams. We only get Boston or Toronto. We only get Philadelphia or Carolina. So we'll take it about that. Trey, I don't know about worried. It's not so much about worried that I'm not worried about losing the series. I'm more concerned with, the extra games. If you got to go 6-7 games, the physicality, the stress of playing that team. That, you know what I mean? It's just, even if we win, it'll be like the Kane series where every game is 2-1.
Eric says, thoughts on Okposo trade, just waking up to this.
Who said what?
Eric says, what thoughts on the Okposo trade? I'm just waking up to this.
Oh yeah. I think we're good. I think it's pretty much everybody's pretty happy with it. It's a good depth add. It either puts Cousins off the ice or Okposo's the first guy. I would assume Okposo is going to be on that fourth line and Cousins will be off. God dang, I feel so bad for him, man. The dude gives us all. You know what I mean? But especially with what I saw last night against Philly, I'm definitely I got no problem with moving Cousins to the bench. I just don't want anybody off the team. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to get rid of anybody. Julian says, yeah, no, the Islanders are playing good. I'm not saying that they'd be terrible. But I think we'd feel pretty confident. When I'm more like Boston, Tampa, the Leafs, the Canes, those teams especially, they already got a big grudge against us. You know what I mean? I think we would get we would get a little bit of their extra juju there. Should we get them in the first round? So I would not mind playing a team except the Flyers. If I had my choice, in a bubble, if I got to pick, I'd prefer the Islanders in the first round. Because if anything, we got bad juju to beat them after they're the ones that beat us in 15, 16, and in the play-ins, right? They beat us in the play-ins too, right? Because Barkov still couldn't match up with Tavares. So yeah, I'll put it that way. Bolvar, that's so Dolphins too. That we just extended our punter on a 2-year deal. That's what the Dolphins are doing. Backup tight ends and punters. Oh God, Kyle, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you were born to be a Dolphin fan. Yeah, Trocheck was tripped, Tom. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, Chris says if we play the Rangers in the Eastern Conference Finals, Okposo can trip Trocheck again. But that time, it'd be called this time, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Chris? Right? This time it'd be called, man. I could just see it now. Oh, geez.
Nerful says, as a Cowboys fan whose team lost to the Packers twice and this year thought we could get revenge, no, I don't want the Isles. There's something about cursed matchups.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I can't disagree with you. The Cats got Okposo from Buffalo for a 7th round pick. In fact, Kyle, go ahead and take the chat for a second. I'll put a banner up.
Bolvar says, at least you got a killer Ace Ventura movie out of the deal. That's funny. Did you hear that, Dad? Let's see.
What, Kyle? I'm trying to make a banner.
I was say Bolvar says, at least you got a killer Ace Ventura movie out of the ordeal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. All right, I'll be right back.
Let's see. TSN says that the return for trading Jason Zucker to the Predators was apparently a 6th-round pick. Let's see. TSN has a hockey trades baits board. This, I want to see who they are considering trades bait. Let's see. So, according to TSN, let's see. Tyler Toffoli, who of course got traded to Winnipeg. These are the players. These are the players that they ranked on the trade bait. You got Matt Dumba, Nick Dowd, Max Pacioretty, Jake DeBrusk, Riley Smith, Jacob Chikrin, Lars Zeller, and Elias Lindholm. And then you got Jacob Markstrom, Eric Bradstrom. And then further down the list, you've got guys like Tyson Berry, Eric Johnson, Alex Nedeljkovic, and Mikhail Grenland. Let's see. Some of the names on their trade bait list have already been traded. Florida Panthers acquire Kyle Okposo from this. I see you made the banner.
Yeah. That way, if people show up, there's the answer to that question. Hey, Jameson, how you doing, bud? Sunshine says he thinks Chikrin won't be traded until next deadline. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Oh, we switched sides.
Hello. So, Sunswine says it's kind of surprising how quiet the Bruins have been.
Trey says, don't have to joke anymore, Nerfel. It really happened. 8x9 for Reinhardt. Bit of an overpay for a guy in a scoring drought. See it now. I got to go to Twitter and see if Trey's trolling.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yes, there's certainly nothing about it on TSN.
Right. Nope. That's just Trey being Trey. Maybe look. Hey, but the Dolphins extended their punter, so.
And they gave $10 million to Jonnu Smith. Arthur Smith is disappointed that he couldn't sign him to the Steelers.
So the Coyotes got a 6th-round pick in return for Jason Zucker. Yeah. No salary retention. Jeez, these trades this is just like everybody's going for free.
For free. Here, just take him. Take this player. We suck. Do something with our star. Oh, we've got a new trade.
Okay, what do we got?
The Rangers acquire Nick Patan, left winger, and they trade to the Wild. The Wild receive Turner Elson, left winger.
Who is?
So the
Who is
Rangers
that?
and Wilds basically just swapped left wieners. Yeah, it's a buyer's market this year. That you got that right.
They've already got him on the Wild. They've already got him on the Wild website. That's not. Wait a minute. No. Yeah. He's played 6 whole games this year with 2 assists. So I don't know what that's about. He's not a. I don't know what that's all about. That's maybe just making roster, but it's just a 1-for-1 deal, right?
Yeah, it's a
So
1-for-1 deal.
yeah. So there's not much there, unfortunately, with that. Oh, come on, let's go. Somebody do something.
Well, we've got
Kyle, just do it. Kyle, if
Yeah.
there's no trades by 1, Kyle is going to take off his shirt and do a Chippendales dance.
That is fake news.
Come on, man. Come on. All right.
I'm saving the Chippendales dance for when I want to be on camera at Amaranth Bank Arena.
Oh, well, you want to do the Chippendales dance in front of all the girls at the arena. Is that what you're saying? Just don't let them see that you're with Brother Gene, because he'll scare the women away. All right. And if you get what's the word? If somebody wants to take you home after you've shown it off, just text me and I'll tell Brother Gene to just leave you there. All right.
So
Mason, we're at least going to be here till 2. We'll at least be here till 2, and then we'll see how it goes. We're all kind of interested to see if the Panthers are going to make a move on defense. You got to figure we're done forward wise now. I'd be really surprised if we did not get a depth defenseman. Yeah, Boulevard says Jaws wants to fly like an eagle. Nerful says Maroon to the Bruins is going to be annoying. Well, if we win the division, that's the Leafs' problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Come on, Bill.
Bucks, Rays, Bolts is wanting Tampa to do something.
Yeah, Tampa hasn't done a whole lot either, right?
I mean, they got Duclair. Yeah, Sunswine. Welcome to the present day where Patrick Maroon is a Bruin.
Where's Nerful? I mean, where's Raven? I want to know what Raven feels about Pat Maroon.
Raven probably thinks they died and went to heaven. So we're just waiting for teams to do something.
Meanwhile, my timeline has been taken over by the punter being extended by the Dolphins.
So
nothing on TSN.
Not that I see. Last
Let me see.
update
come over to this other feed I have. Let's see.
Frank says if Tampa gets Chikrin, I'm going to be so angry. We could offer a lot more.
Who said that?
Frank Salazar.
What do you mean? We have nothing to offer. We're not going to pay. We're not going to pay for Chikrin because he 100% or simply a Montour replacement. So you don't want to give up. You're not going to give up one of your prospects. You're not going to give up anything high quality for that because you would need them to retain 50% of the salary. Well, you need them to retain a lot more than that now, unless you're going to send salary along the way. Like I said yesterday, the only way that you sign Chikrin is if you know you can't re-sign Montour. If you know right now that Montour wants $8 million and you're letting him go, then maybe you try to make a deal for Chikrin. But you don't have money for Chikrin and Montour, so there's no sense in paying for Chikrin now to be a rental. There's no sense in paying big bucks to him. Hold on a second. I got to let the dog out.
Let's see.
Yeah. Hold on, Fluffy. I'm coming. Oh. Come on. Want to go out there? All right, leave the door open. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, Vincent. No, I don't mean like specifically when I say replace Montour. I mean salary wise. Salary wise, I'm just saying that if you take in Chikrin, you're basically saying you don't have the money to re-sign Montour. That's what I'm saying. According to report, Alexander will be moved by the deadline. Fluffy will not be waived, right? No. Now he came back in. Well, I'm sure Mommy don't want the door open. Hold on. Let me close the door. Jeez. Huh? I'm going to close the door now. I don't want Ellie coming in here.
We have Knight and Sens need goaltending. Yeah, I don't think we're sending Knight to the Sens.
I mean, if you want Knight for Chikrin, they got to retain like 75% salary. Then we get a bargain. We don't have money for it. And what are you gonna? I don't even think that. I believe he's got a no move clause. So like, I don't even think you could get in Chikrin and then plan on moving him again next year. Vincent, you want to keep Montour with Ekblad gone? If that's what Bill's plan is, Bill's plan is, Frank. No, I don't want to go into next year. Here, Frank, hear me out, brother. I don't want to go into next year with $14.5 million. No, I don't. But right now, Spencer Knight's the third goalie. We're going into the playoffs. If Bob or Stolarz even get sick or dinged, Spencer Knight is coming up to play. So if you move him now before the playoffs, you have to replace him with some kind of veteran third goaltender, or you've got basically nobody that's played in the NHL to be your third goaltender going into the playoffs, which is not, that would be a complete, can't do that. Marble, I didn't hear that we grabbed the goalie. No. So you can't move Spencer Knight unless you're getting back some kind of veteran goaltender that, yeah, Vincent is saying Ekblad and Knight summer trades. Yeah, if you're going to make that move, you have to make it in the summer.
Lolo,
unless, like I said, unless you can get a goalie back in return that can be a third goalie.
We got Kyle Okposo, Lolo. That's who we got. We have a banner up showing who we
Bucks
got.
Ray says we got trade news. What we got?
Here.
You got it, Kyle?
Give me a second.
Okay. Says Red Wings make a move. Let's see.
Right now, all I'm seeing is updates on.
Let me see if.
Here, Detroit receives Radim Semek, and they get their own 7th round pick back, and San Jose gets Klim Kostin. Yeah, the Red Wings get Radim Semek, defenseman, and their 2024 7th round pick back, and the Sharks get Klim Kostin. So, do you have any idea who those guys are?
Wait, what? Oh, geez. Florida Panthers Twitter just trolled me. Because I'm scrolling, right? And they just showed me the graphic from 17 hours ago, which I did not realize was from 17 hours ago. And it's a graphic of Mark Stahl, and it says, "Welcome back." And immediately thought, wait, we just got Mark Stahl, and now I'm realizing it's from last night because he came to play. I'm like, you bastards, you got me. Let me see what the trade was here. Lolo says, I'm ready to see us somehow get Bedard for a 6th rounder. No, Kyle, those names did not ring a bell, but you didn't. I didn't see it typed out, so let me see. You've got it on TSN?
Yeah, it's on TSN.
Okay. Sunshine, no, I wouldn't mind Mark Stahl either off the bench, but Philadelphia ain't getting rid of him. Obviously, Philly's in good. Philly right now is feeling it. They're feeling it. Okay. Jeez, the stuff that ends up on this timeline where I just want to see. Okay, here it is. Defenseman Simic and the Devils' 7th round pick that they previously acquired from San Jose in exchange for forward Kim Colston. So Radim Simic from San Jose. So San Jose is is finally getting into the game here. Let's see. From what I'm seeing here, he's just a depth guy. He's played 41, 48, 40, 36, and 44 games. So he just seems like an extra depth guy. Nothing of massive note there. That's a lot of these trades. Go ahead, Kyle.
Trey trolling again.
Rob, D'Angelo was waived by Carolina yesterday. So we'll have to wait and see when the waiver claims come in, who got him, if anybody wanted him. But they waived him yesterday. Yeah. Chicken says, as much as I want for Panthers to make a move for D, I think we're done for the day. I'd be surprised unless we put in a claim for D'Angelo and we know we got him. But I don't think that would be, I don't know. I think Zito would want to do better than that. And we've still got a little bit of space. So knowing Zito right now, he's calling somebody, trying to sell them Publix chicken subs and free massages from the guy that plays with the puppets if they just retain a 50% salary or something.
Greg Engelberg with an interesting proposal. Cormier and Carlson and a 5th rounder next year and a Yager selfie for Chikrin.
I like that. Yeah. I'll throw in a signed book and one of my cards. I'll throw it. We'll do that. Which, by the way, when this is all said and done, tomorrow I will have out a Bill Zito at the trade deadline video. So that is coming, but obviously I have to wait for if it all to be done to write the script. Sean says Reinhardt just scored. I respectfully disagree about Mahura and Balinskis being good enough. You want one veteran off your bench in the defense in the playoffs. Mahura has not impressed me at all this year, and Balinskis, this is his first year playing in the NHL at all. I'm not going to cry and whine about it, but I would be heavily surprised if we did not pick up one veteran defenseman, even if it was just claiming D'Angelo off of waivers. I would be almost shocked if we did not pick up some kind of veteran defenseman depth, especially considering he's picked up 2 forwards. Gudis. Well, Gudis signed a contract, right? Did he sign a 1 year? Did he sign a 1 year? Oh, Jesus Christ, Trey. Come on now. Gudis is not going to get moved. I mean, he signed a 3-year deal. What are you going to do at $4 million? He'd have to 75% retained. I'm reading Trey's thing about Letang. Yeah, Gudis did a 3-year $4 million. Yeah, so he's not. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's stuck where he is. I know, right? Imagine the Sharks GM today. He's got nobody to offer. Yeah. And I seen somebody talk about Gabranson, but he's signed too, right? Gabranson signed at 4x4 just a couple of years ago. Yeah. So can you imagine going into the playoffs with the bottom pair of Gabranson and Kulikov again? that would be full circle from the beginning of this channel, because that's why I started it, because I was so pissed that they got rid of Gabranson and Kulikov. That would be hysterical. Jay-Z says D'Angelo's a locker room problem. Nope. All right. I'll take your word for it. I don't know enough about it to talk, but H&M says, I don't know. We liked Mahura last year. He's still healing and has a 7th guy. I think we're good assuming we don't have as many injuries as last year's run. I mean, I don't disagree, but remember last year we still had some veteran guy. Well, we had did we still have Delzato at the end of last year? No, right? No. Lolo says, if we're going to be realistic, we're going to get someone underappreciated who's about to be kicked to the minors. Yeah, maybe Lolo's got it right. We're going to pick somebody up that we've never heard of, and in 3 years, they're the next Gustav Forsling, right? Christian, Duke already went to Tampa. Chicken, how much do they for Chikrin now? If the Panthers were actually going to make a move for Chikrin now, they would have to retain like 75%. It would have to be a 3-team deal at this point, because we've only got like 1.3 left, and his contract is 4.6 per. So unless we were sending somebody back, I think Chikrin is a done deal. I don't think anybody's getting him. Certainly not us. Coop says, I think we're done, and sorry, Florida is closed. No more transplants moving here. Thanks. Yeah, unfortunately, John Tua is still a Dolphin. Yeah. Greg says, use that 1.3 to just pay off Yandel's contract. If only it worked that way, right? Indade says, do I agree with Gadjevich being scratched rather than Cousins? No. I mean, let me back that up. I did, but after watching last night's game, I kind of like Gadjevich. Gadjevich is the Cousins replacement, because that's why Cousins is 29, 30. He makes 1.1 million. Gadjevich is the Cousins replacement. Cousins does not have a contract for next year. He won't be on this team next year. So there's that. I wouldn't mind seeing Gadjevich out there now. It is the playoffs, so we'll see. But Okposo solves that problem for us, because obviously I think most likely thing is you see Cousins be on the bench, and it'd be Stenlin, Win Lomberg, and Okposo, right? What was that, Trey? And Craig says, Craig is correct. We need another one to drop the gloves just in case Gotcha is in the lineup. And that is one thing you notice when he's not in the lineup. We've seen this before. We've all said this before. That hit on Reinhart, those couple hits on Tarasenko last night. When you don't have Gadjevich in the lineup, those hits come. And so I don't know. I don't know how you solve that. Is Okposo much of a fighter? Oh, I don't know. All you got left to fight really is Lomberg, right? Are any of the defensemen? No. Yeah. Let's run 13 forwards and 5D. and just have Gadjevich out there on the bottom pair as an extra forward / defenseman. I know, right? If only Lomberg was 6'4", 220. Yeah, if Lomberg was 6'4", 220, right. Julian said, yeah, no, we can't get Gudis. Gudis has got too many years on. Gudis is gone. Gudis made his choice, the same choice that I have a feeling Brandon Montour is going to make. Yeah, Trey is correct. If Lomberg was 6'4", 220, he'd be Eric Lindros, right? Yeah, Taunt says Chucky and Bennett will fight in the playoffs. I mean, there's not a lot of, wholehearted fighting. I don't want Chucky fighting. Man. I don't want him getting his shoulders yanked on like that. Vincent says it'll be a rotation of Lomberg, Cousins, and Okposo. That, I know Lomberg should be the set, and the rotation should be Cousins, Okposo, Gadjevich. You can't take Ryan Lomberg off. We riot if Ryan Lomberg is the guy off the ice. I can't have that. Julian, we don't even have this space for the Ducks to retain 50% this year. We would need them to retain like 75%. Yeah. Chicken said the same thing. Colton, yeah, we saw Bill did us a solid. The Okposo thing went down 2 minutes before we went live.
Indade says, what do you think is the adjustment against clogging the shooting lanes? Panthers keep cycling to the point. Flyers adjusted.
Make your shots count. You got to make your shots count. We were not at full speed last night. Our legs were a little bit wiped out last night. You got all that travel, all those games. So I'm not overly concerned about how we looked last night. Tarasenko come in first game. They're going to have to make some. He's going to have to get used to getting beat the crap out of. He took three good hits last night. We'll put it that way. But that clogging up the zone, look, you can't do things like we did at the end of the game, right? Bob has to be more aware where that puck is. That's the second time in a row now he's been looking off in the corner. The puck's basically right in front of him. And there really isn't a whole big thing that you can do to solve that other than play harder, win the board battles, and put the pucks in the back of the net when you have the chance. I mean, Tarasenko had the puck, 7 seconds left. He took the shot. There was plenty of room there to tie that game up, but he shot it right into the belly of the goaltender. So, I mean, sometimes it's just about making your shots. And I'm not worried about it. I know Philadelphia's beaten us twice. I grasp that. I understand it. They're playing for torts. And when they're playing these games against us, they are playing to prove that they can play with us. But we are not playing to prove anything against the Flyers. So I'm not taking anything away from the fact that they've beaten us a couple of times, but they're playing their asses off when they play us. And we're just kind of out there waiting for April or mid-April anyway. So who's talking about trading Bubba? What? Sean, I'll take your wrench away. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, I was just taking a look at TSN and the other live feed I have. Nothing has happened. It's all gone quiet again.
Yeah. Who's left? I mean, who's really left other than the shocker if they actually move Crosby?
Well, TSN has a live trades bait board.
Okay.
So I was taking a look at it. They basically ranked.
Do they have it separated by category? Who's the defensemen that are left?
Let's see. They do not have it. They do not have it sorted by defensemen, but basically defensemen that they put on the list You've got Matt Dumba.
Okay.
You got Chikrin. You got Eric Brandstrom from Ottawa. And then you got guys like Eric Johnson from Buffalo, Tyson Berry from Nashville, and David Savard is still on the table.
Let's see. What's
Andrew
Matt Dumba's
Peak from Columbus. I want whatever the TSN people were smoking when they put Linus Zolmark on this trades baits board.
It's been rumored. It's been rumored. I don't know why they would do that, but all right. So Dumba is on the final year of his contract. Obviously, it is. What is it? It's 3.9 mil. So in order to fit him in, Arizona would probably have to. I mean, 50% is not going to do it. I don't think 50% would do it. It'd have to be like a 3-way deal, right? I wonder what they're asking for him. I'm surprised he's not gotten moved yet. He would kind of fit the bill. He's not as big as I thought he was. He's 6 foot, 180 pounds. I always thought of him as a guy that was bigger than that. What do you guys think about Dumba? What would you be willing to do that, or is he just a big no? Chicken says there's absolutely no reason for the Bees to trade Omar today. If anything, during the summer, you don't know if Swayman is coming back because he's in a 1x2x3 and they don't have a good third. Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. Some of the things. Taunt says nope to Dumba. All right, let me see. Kyle, you say that's on TSN?
For trades baits board?
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, it's on TSN.
All right. Let me take a look at that.
Now, numerous players on the trade baits board have already been traded.
Right.
They
let me see.
They appear to have made the list this morning.
Hey, I would just like to give a shout out to all the money I spent on upgrading this laptop and buying the new laptop, and we're sitting here streaming, and I got it on HD and everything, and we're not having any problems like we used to.
Yeah.
That was $1,000, $1,500 well spent. Okay, the trade bait. Let's see. They don't even have it updated. Why is Hannafin still on there? Go ahead, Kyle. Work the chat for a little bit while I'm looking at this.
All right. Let's see. Craig says nope on Dumba, but Cats already have a few like him. Julian says saw something on David Savard. Zeno has a connection with him. Could be someone to target. Everything has gone quiet.
Yeah. I mean, Eric Johnson from Buffalo kind of made a little bit of sense. But why did we not get that done if we were already making the deal with Buffalo? I wonder if we were trying to, and then we just ended up, all right, well, let's just do Okposo. I wonder what Buffalo was asking for. Because the kid, the Charlene, the guy we gave him was a defenseman. It's just a prospect, right? There's poor old Riley Smith sitting down there just waiting. Honestly, of the names that I see here, Eric Johnson, and I agree with you guys who said that earlier in the chat, that seems, and I'm just talking about a 7D, you know what I mean? I'm just talking about a 7th defenseman. Inded says, I heard some Panthers woke up with head colds going on LTIR. Don't be surprised if Zito makes more moves. Even if we cleared the cap, we have no. I mean, I guess you could give up. I don't want to. You can't give up Spencer Knight now. The only way that you can give up Spencer Knight now, like I've said, is if is if you get a goalie back in return. I'll show Fluffy here. You have a request for Fluffy.
Hey, Fluffy.
Fluffy is exhausted from the river. He's in the shadow over there. You can just see him. He's snoring.
Fluffy.
He's snoring. We went to the river yesterday. We played outside this morning, and he's wiped out. He's wiped out. Trey says, John says, where's Ellie? I just want to make sure she's with us past 3. She's here. She sits out in the living room with mommy. She doesn't come into this room with me because she's not capable of sitting still. Like Fluffy comes in, plops, lays down, and he'll sleep until he wants to leave the room. Ellie will just walk back and forth and back and forth and back. And I mean, like, there's nothing you can do to get her to lay down. So she lays out there in her bed and gets treats from mommy. Bark off on LTIR. Let's go get McDavid. Civil, you assume we're keeping Rodriguez on the third line? Yeah. Hey, I got a question for you guys. This is Tarasenko related. I kind of thought Rodriguez up top and Tarasenko on that third line. And the reason why I thought that was, we already got Reinhardt on that top line tearing it up, right? So if you put Tarasenko on the third line, that gives the third line some scoring. I kind of feel like it makes us a bit top heavy in terms of extra goals because you already got Reinhardt up top. The last thing we really want, in my opinion, is the puck on Reinhardt's stick less. I kind of thought it made sense to put him on the third line with Lundell and Luostarinen. And maybe he will eventually. Bovar says he's not good on any other line other than the first line, which has sort of been his problem his whole career. Interesting. Huh. All right. Indez says Vlad was presumed defensive liability, so they paired him with 2 defensive forwards. Nerful, and that's a good point. I mean, that's the hard part there, Nerful. That line is moving, the Lundell, Luostarinen, and Rodriguez line. So I don't know about, maybe on the second, right? You put him next to Bennett. He's also playing on that left side where he's never really played before. Okay, Nerful says, I was at the game last night. I thought Tarasenko looked solid in the D zone, but I didn't see much chemistry on that top line. The second line was really bad. Yeah, the second line was not. Bennett and Tkachuk, especially Chucky, was not at his normal energy level. But these guys played a lot of hockey. I think we'll be okay. Christian says, what do I think about Duke coming back to the Panthers? Should we go get him? No, Christian, Duke went to Tampa. Duclair went to Tampa yesterday. Yeah, no, I'm not complaining about I don't think Tarasenko was the problem. I just mean in general, if you're trying to add scoring to the lineup, I don't know how many more goals you're going to squeeze out of the top line versus I think you would squeeze more goals out of the third line if Tarasenko was there. But it's a good problem to have. It's a minor gripe. I was just seeing if anybody had that same opinion. Right. John says you said it with the playoffs approaching that would have fit. We need to win Lundell. I think they do need to play everybody with everybody. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing all right. Just waiting for something to happen.
I know. That's a good point. H&M has a good point there. He says Maurice knows what he's doing. You put Vlad on the first line because that's the only thing that is unknown. He knows how all the other lines will work out. So yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see.
Yeah, Bolvar. Yeah.
Anytime now, NHL.
What are we at? We're at 1:30. Yeah, this has been such a slow day. I don't know if they're gonna just everybody's waiting for 3 o'clock or if we're done. I'd say half my timeline are Dolphin fans pissed off about the punter being extended.
It'd be insane if there was some 259 trades. That's what
Right.
Mason is thinking is literally a last minute trade.
I'm just looking on Twitter to see if anything else is moving here. We'll go to 2 at least, but I was kind of hoping let me see if anybody, any of our writers are saying Panthers aren't done, Panthers are done. I mean, George only has the Okposo thing out an hour ago. That's it. What about Jameson?
Waivers.
Wake up, Kyle.
Huh?
Wake up.
I tried. Nerful says the waivers come out at 2 p.m. So we'll see who we waived and if anyone got claims.
But yeah, so we'll know. We'll know if somebody picked up D'Angelo. Because if we picked up D'Angelo, then that's gonna be it, I would think.
Let's see. Come on, NHL, do something. Let's see. Does anyone have the ability to give us updates faster than TS said?
I don't think so. And none of our writers have anything about us being done or not done. So I think we're just all at the mercy of waiting for it to happen. It's funny though, because I don't scroll Twitter much, so I'm getting all the tweets from last night's games as I scroll. Like I like the top tweet here is Bennett back on the bench. It's like that was last night. But Dolphin fans are not happy about us extending the punter. That is hysterical. All right, this.
Don't forget you're also a Dolphins fan too.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten. Believe me.
Yeah, Kuznetsov to the Hurricanes.
Yeah, the Hurricanes made some moves, right? Who didn't they make one more?
Yeah, they got Gensel, remember?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Sean. Thank you for the 2.
Hey, thank you, Sean. Thank you, bud. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. Thank you, bud.
McDavid and Fluffy CBD Fund, he says.
Yeah,
That's funny.
He needs it today too. He's beat.
All right, well it's 1:32. We'll stick around till at least 2, just in time for us to miss all of the big trades. We should have started this thing at 2 after we had made a video about Okposo and then waited to see who...
No, actually what I should do is go make the video about Okposo because that'll guarantee they do something while I'm making the video.
Yeah.
There's just nothing going on.
Colton wants us to stay until 3.
Well, I might force Kyle to stay till 3.
I need a nap.
But do you need me to bring you anything like water or anything like that? Because you just kind of sat down. You need me to bring you a snack or something? I'll bring you some water and some banana bread. All right?
Mm.
All right, I'll be right back.
Could you put a couple
This is gonna put a couple what?
Pieces of that dried pineapple on the banana bread?
Oh, you want me to give up my dried pineapple, huh?
But I just gave you the idea to put dried pineapple on your banana bread.
Oh, that doesn't sound good to me, but I'll bring you some. All right.
I want the royalty.
I'll be back. Yep. John says I should make the video before they trade Okposo. All right. Everybody wants us to stay till 3. So, Kyle, you got the chat. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
All right. Let's see. Wonder if TSN is as desperate for something to happen as we are. Why Okposo, asks Nintendo. We have the ability to put him on the 4th line. Okposo is basically bottom 6 depth. Oh, Buck says there's been a trade. Hang on a second. No, this is still old news. At least it is on CBS. Oh, here we go. Something actually happened as soon as Dad went away. Okay. Let's take a look here. No. Oh, Minnesota announced who they are getting for Pat Maroon. Boston gets Pat Maroon, and Minnesota gets Luke Toporowski and a conditional 2026 6th-round draft pick. So it does not appear that... Oh, hang on. There's new posts. Let's see. Yep, there's no actual new news. This is all stuff we already knew. Yeah, Pozo is a strong bottom 6. A couple of people are saying Jake Allen is going to New Jersey. That's interesting. Let's see what's going on. Elliot Friedman 2 minutes ago.
As soon as I walked away.
Elliot Friedman says he is hearing traction on Jake Allen to New Jersey.
Oh. They haven't given up, have they? But they just traded Toffoli, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Also, they announced what the return for the Minnesota Wild is for trading Pat Maroon. Okay. In return for trading Pat Maroon to Boston, Minnesota Wild receive a conditional 2026 6th-round pick and Luke Toporowski.
Interesting. All right, I'll be back on within 5 or so minutes.
So So the Jake Allen feed is not official. Val says Tampa will put Duclair on waivers after tonight's game. So, does the fourth line look like Cousins, Stedlin, Okposo? I'm not sure. My dad will have the answer for that. Matt, it's a long story. Stu is no longer associated with the channel. It's a long story. Oh no. Hang on a second. This is banana bread with cream cheese icing and some dried pineapple. Twitter is saying fire Greer for the punter contract. Yeah, Dolphins. The only consolation Dolphins fans have is that they can always tune into the hockey. Let's see. Did Vetrano go to the Rangers? Not yet. Oh, now TSN trade tracker is saying Jake Allen is going to the New Jersey Devils. So I'm not sure what the Devils are playing at because they just traded Toffoli to Winnipeg. So why are they buying Jake Allen? So yeah, the trade to TBD. The return for Montreal is TBD, but apparently Jake Allen to the Devils is a done deal. Hey Colton, I can't say I remember you, but it's nice to have you here. Jaws will return in just a moment. He helped me out with some emergency sugar. This is banana bread with cream cheese, icing, and some dried pineapple pieces. So okay, the return for Montreal has already been announced. Jake Allen just got traded to the Devils in return for a conditional third-round pick. That's it. Jake Allen was apparently only worth a third-round pick. Let's see. So, do we have any Canadians or Devils fans in the chat? And what do you guys think of the trade? Yeah, Okposo, I'll let my dad talk about it when he comes back, but basically Okposo is he's bottom six. Bottom six. And basically Okposo is a guy we can play instead of Cousins. Yeah, there's been a lot of trades. So Colton says she does not like it at all. So Colton's mom is a huge Habs fan, and apparently she does not like the trade. Nashville has apparently made a trade now. Let's see what we've got now. Because the Preds already traded for Jason Zucker. Let's see. Nerful says that Wade Allison is going to Nashville for Gurionov. Yeah, we stacked grit and muscle with Okposo. Lolo asks, why would Nashville be trading their kicking ass? Nashville is buying, I believe. They're not selling. The Preds already got Jacobson Sucker. Yeah, Sucker the Preds is old news at this point. You headed back on? Moves are happening. Yeah. There we go. It's a trade between the Preds and the Flyers. The Predators receive Wade Allison, right winger, and the Flyers get Denis Gurionov, right winger. So basically the team swapped right wingers. H&M Archery believes Tarasenko can still be a 40-goal talent with the right team. Yeah, well, if there's any team that Tarasenko's going to go far with, it's this one.
All right. Oh, wait, I left my water out there. Hold on. All right, settle down, bud. Settle down. Stay. Come right back. Stay there.
So Lolo thinks Zeno is about to end some other GM's career by stealing some superstar talent.
All right. So was the Reinhardt extension announced while I was gone?
Yeah, it's a 10 by 10.
Oh man, that banana bread is good, bro.
Yeah, it's my turn to have some now that you're back.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'm still here and I'm having my banana breads.
All right. So Praga says, I think you'll be happy with Okposo. Fits the Panthers perfectly. Tough to play against. Bet you'll be glad you got on. Tarasenko could be a wash. Well, either way, I think Tarasenko will be okay. I wish he would have gotten that goal last night. Cuban, thank you, brother. Oh, there's a lot of trades I would make that way, Cuban. Let's let Kyle be president. Let's have Kyle be president. We'll be in good shape then. I can guarantee you one thing: if Kyle was president, we would not be spending money because he's the cheapest bastard I ever met in my life. But that's good. He doesn't spend his money. He keeps his money for his stuff. John says the Reinhardt signs at 301, right? Yeah, exactly. Trey Zito for president. Thanks again, Cuban. Thanks, brother. But no, seriously, when's the Reinhardt extension? When's that coming? Right? So we need to see some movement here. Let's see. Oh no, here it is. Yep. The Devils get Jake Allen. A conditional third can become a second based on games played. That's it. That's all there is. So, Kyle, I'm gonna take you off until you're done with your cake. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that deal went down. The Habs, the Habs got a conditional third, which would become a second. So that's always interesting. So the Devils are not quite quitting. They still have a little bit of a chance. Kyle already announced that. All right, well then I'll just shut up. I'll just sit here and let you guys talk. Eminem wants to know if I like the Okposo trade. I still think they're going to get depth D. I still think that they will get a depth defenseman. I would not be surprised to see that. The Okposo thing surprised me. I'm not disappointed by it. I think the assumption is that it's going to knock Cousins off, and Nerfel says Eric Johnson to Philly. Well, damn it. All right. Well, damn it. So, yeah, we got a couple people here with it. Yep. So, damn. There goes that idea. Nick. Yeah, Victoria says the Flyers beating us last night gave them hope. Yeah, that's kind of true. That's kind of true. That's okay. So there's not a whole lot left now. I wonder what they gave up. Does anybody know what they gave up? What did they give up? Luis, right now, I don't think the chemistry is going to be nobody has been kicked off of the team. You know what I mean? Nobody is kicked off of the team. So it's starting to heat up just a little bit here, right? With terms of moves being made. Let me see. I'm waiting to see. It hasn't hit Twitter yet, but let's see. Oh no, here comes Trey. Here comes Trey. Yeah, Neil, I agree. Kyle 2024. Right? Exactly. Nerfel, yeah, I mean, we got Mahura and Balinskis if we don't get a D-man. It's not the end of the world. I would still prefer one NHL defenseman, a veteran guy that has played, you know what I mean, in the past. The two losses in the final seconds must be addressed. I mean, I think when we're playing with our full focus and intensity, those things will stop. I think those things are a result of other teams being desperate for points and desperate to beat us, and we are just not quite playing at 100%. We're not as dialed in as we probably should be. We'll put it that way. So, You ready, Kyle?
Yeah.
Okay, he's ready. Okay.
So, can anyone confirm?
Thank you, Andrew. Fourth round pick. Sorry, Kyle.
CBS Sports is saying Jake Allen was 50% retained.
Oh, geez. Okay. Philadelphia got Eric Johnson for a fourth round pick. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. All right, Bill. I mean, there's still an hour left to go here, right? An hour and 6 minutes. So who's left? Don't we wish, Trey? Who's left now? Damn. That was, of course, that's the one name we were thinking about. No salary retention in the trade for Johnson. People on Twitter still wanting Radko Gudas back. I don't think it's happening, guys. Right? That is the kind that, I mean, that's going to help Philadelphia. That's a little bit of a help there. So I'm looking to see if anything else is already going on here.
Praga says, I don't understand the Jake Allen deal worse than Jonas Johansson.
Well, they're desperate, right? What is the Devils' goaltending situation? I know Akira Schmidt hasn't been fantastic. Let me see. Vanacek, Schmidt, and Dawes. I think Vanacek has not been good, right? No, he's not been bad. He's been pretty bad. 890 with a 318, and Schmidt has been 895 with a 315. So what? And they think Jake Allen is going to solve this problem. What about this guy Dawes? 890 with a 332. If you've got three goaltenders at that level, that's your defense, bro. What is Jake Allen going to do for you? What's his numbers this year?
Don't look. I think it's too disturbing.
Let me see. 892 with a 365. So he's worse. He fits right in. Why would they? What are they thinking? That's a move. I mean, he hasn't had a goals against below 3 since the 2021 season, and it's been getting progressively worse. He was good in St. Louis a little bit there, and then he's been bad for Montreal, and then worse. And okay, hey, whatever you say, New Jersey, you probably won't make the playoffs anyway, right?
True says Zito's waited until 2:55 p.m.
Yeah.
That means there's only 58 minutes to go.
Yeah. What Zito's concept is that he did me a solid by making the trades 1 minute and 2 minutes before I was already going live anyway. So he figures, all right, but I'm going to make Jaws stay there to the full 3 o'clock. As what he's doing. True is a member of the Dirty Old Man's Club. Katie, poor True. Hey, what are you talking about, True? Hey, True, don't be talking about other women on this chat. I'll tell Dee Dee. All right? I'll tell Dee Dee. Watch it, bro. Huh? I'll rat you right out. Swaggy is Katie's brother-in-law.
No, we're not able to show the Cats game in the corner of the screen on the live streams.
Yeah, unfortunately, not allowed to do that. It gets the stream copyrighted. You could probably get away with it one time, and then your channel would be adios. We'll put it that way. Nick. I'll tell your girl I'll steal your guitar. I need that microphone set up. Watch out for me, man.
Owl says, how do you
Kyle.
feel about that trade on the screen, Jaws and Kyle?
I like it. I like it. I mean, whichever way we're going to use them. If you're going to leave Cousins on the fourth line and have Okposo off the bench, I won't complain because that keeps the chemistry around. He's 35, so I think it was Nerful that suggested you could see a rotation of that 12 forward, be Okposo and Cousins and Gadjevich or whatnot. So Andrew Peak traded to go ahead, Kyle.
Andrew Peak traded to Boston. You were saying, yeah.
Let's see. He comes over from the Jackets.
There goes
6'3", 214, 25-year-old. So
there goes a note for defenseman Bill. When are you going to get the depth defenseman Bill?
He played. Has he been injured? Because he played for Columbus the previous 2 seasons. He played 82 and 80 games and had a time on ice of 21 minutes. And then this last season, he's only played 23 games and has a time on ice of 15 minutes. Last season for Columbus, Kyle, hold on to your hats for this.
Uh-huh.
He played 80 games. He had 6 goals, 7 assists. He had 13 points. I want to see your face when I say this. He was a minus 41. I'm good. We'll throw Mahura out there. Minus 41.
No.
But Nick,
minus 40. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's winning the Gold's jacket with that kind of performance.
Yeah, that's special, man. That's I mean, that's the years before wasn't so bad. +1, -4, -14. But yeah, he was minus 41. Holy hell. That's hard, man. That means that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, that's pretty bad, right?
And Boston thinks this man will help them.
Yeah, no, exactly, right? No, so I'm cool with Bill passing on him, right?
They just announced Boston and Columbus traded defensemen. Okay. Boston gets Andrew Peak. The Columbus gets this Jakub Zaboril.
Okay. Yeah, Owls, that happened a couple hours ago at the beginning, right? Maroon to the Bruins. Hey, Ghost, how you doing, bud? Kachuk to the Dolphins. I like that. Yeah. Owls, no, Maroon to Boston. That's not nothing. He'll help them. He will help. He's a pain in the ass to play against. Absolutely. Yeah, minus 41 and you're still in the league. That's pretty bad. I saw that number and I'm like, no, we're good. We're good, man. Oh, man. Trey says Maroon is a human victory cigar, nothing more. I know, but he's like, but they just win. How many cups does he have? He said 4? I know it's at least 3. I mean, he's like the opposite of Corey Perry in terms of wherever he goes, they win. That's going to trigger Trey. He's gone.
Where's Rosado when you need him to make jokes about Pat Maroon? Let's see. The Ducks claimed William Lagesson off waivers from the Leafs. Ottawa claims Tkachuk.
Kachuk. Okay. Yeah, I know. We'll find out if anybody took
Go says
Bornfot. Who's that?
Go says just got told Panthers are in talks with Calgary to possibly take Sharangovich. Bjorn Fort's claimed by Florida. There we go. Bjorn Fort's claimed by Florida.
Let me see. Tobias Bornfoot. Let's see. Bornfot. He's 26, 6'1", 200. He's only 22 years old. This is not our veteran. I don't know. Maybe. This is the guy. He played 70 games with the Kings in 21 and 22. He played 10 games the following year. He played 1 game with the Kings last year and 2 games with the Knights this year. That's interesting. That's our guy. He's a career 1 goal minus 20 guy. That's the guy. He was a first-round draft pick. So you know how Zeta likes to take those old first-round draft picks.
So it just looks like an AHL player. We got an AHL player off the waivers.
Yeah, that's for AHL. Yeah, I was going to say taunt me, beat me to it. Yeah, that's an AHL guy, right? That's not our. He's certainly not going to bump ahead of Mohura or Bolinskis. So there's that. Nerval says he's been injured a lot this year, blocked by the Vegas core. He must have been injured before that too, because he hasn't played a while. He played kind of like Mohura played this a lot last year for us. He played 70 games in 21-22, and then he's only played 13 total games since then. Jeez. He hasn't had he hasn't scored a goal since 2020, since the pandemic year. But you never know. Bill Zito, like I said, what did I say a couple of hours ago? He's going to pick up some guy we never heard of, and 5 years from now, we're going to say he's the new Gustav Forsling. Eck led to the Charlotte Checker. Yeah, 22, he's young. Yeah, he's been saving. He's been playing since, let me see, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. That's like playing in the NHL since he was 17. He's 22. That might be off. I think he's 23. No, he'll be 23 in April. I see. So he's been playing in the NHL since he was a baby, since he was in diapers. Right? I don't see how we would get Sharangovich from I don't see how we would do that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Owl says that Panthers remain active in discussions. Max Pacioretty is a name to watch, another veteran forward who wants to go to contender and controls his fate with a no-movement clause.
How could we even think about Sharangovich? Let me look. That would cost us. That would cost us. What's his contract? Let me see. He's signed for this year and next year. He's got a 3.1 salary cap hit, and he's got term on his deal for next year. So that where's he going to go? Right? He's left. I'd love to have him, but I can't imagine. We would be having to send a player. We would have to send a player for him because you're not getting him to not play on the ice. That would be something, Luigi. I would take that. He says it's Forsling 2.0. You never know. He's like almost the same size as him.
Owl says analysts are saying Panthers are wanting Max Pacioretty. I know nothing about the guy.
I had heard that earlier this morning, but I think that would have been before Okposo, right?
So True is saying that you should change the banner.
What do you want me to change it to? The guy we just got off of waivers? I'll add to it.
Yeah.
What was his name? I've already moved on from him. He's
Yeah, it's a waivers claim. Do we really need to update for that?
No, I agree with Kyle. Yeah, Mason says no more forwards, keep the chemistry. Yeah, Panthers should get no, we just need a defenseman. Where are we? What is it? 209? Bob on LTIR, we're getting Juberto.
Trey Trolley to get IDK, it's this guy named Bjornfoot.
Yeah,
That's
good luck to us pronouncing his name. Is that how it was? Bjornfoot?
Yeah.
Well, at least we didn't get the guy that was a negative 41. Jeez. Yeah, so well, we can send him right to the AHL, right? Or being that he's a waivers claim, does he have to go to the active roster for a certain amount of time? That's the question. But the roster expands. So I don't know how that works. Huberto to the Panthers. No, he ain't going anywhere. Oh, hold on a second. Somebody answered that question. Yeah, BAU says waivers claim with no name and future Hall of Famer. Exactly. Right, that's what I thought. No, so he has to stay in the NHL since he was claimed, but the roster expands. So, yeah, Chris, exactly. He's from Sweden. Forsling is from Sweden. If he becomes the next Forsling, Kyle, remember that at some point in the 3 hours, I said we were going to pick up a guy on waivers that would be the next Forsling. in 3 or 4 years, remind me I said that here.
All right. Marlboro Man says, per Armando Valles, we signed goalie Evan Cormier to a 2-way contract yesterday. Which team are you talking about?
I think he's talking about the Panthers, but I don't think he's let me see.
That's an AHL goalie?
Hold on, let me see. Is this the guy? Let me see. That's not the guy. Hold on a second. Run the chat, Kyle. Let me see if I can find him.
Let's see. Luigi says Bjornfoot could still be a side to the AHL. Colton says there was a trade with the Panthers and Canucks.
Okay, that'd be interesting. Yeah, he's 26-year-old goalie. Good size, 6'3", 200 pounds. Oh, shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Try that again. Keep the chat going, Kyle. I'm trying to find out who this kid is.
Let's see. Oh, the minors. Yeah. Colton is talking about the minor teams for the Panthers.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, he's never been in the NHL. He's strictly an AHL guy. Okay, yeah, that's a different situation. That's why I did not hear about it. Okay, no, that's okay, bud. Bark off for Colin White.
I don't think so. All right. Well, We've got exactly
That's okay, Golden. No worries, bud.
7 minutes to go.
Well, I hope that I don't think that that's our defense ad. That looks like a Bill Zito feeling himself wanting to find another Forsling type of ad. But now with Johnson gone, is there anybody even left?
It just consults TSN's. There's Dumba. There is Dumba.
I think we already worked on that. Hold on a second. No, he's got to. Yeah, it's Arizona. So yeah. But at that hit, I don't even think 50% would be enough.
There's Dumba, and then there's Chikrin, and Eric Brandstrom from Ottawa.
No, Dumba, actually, we could fit Dumba.
Tyson Berry from Nashville. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. His remaining daily hit. His remaining hit is 832,000. So I believe that means we could make a move for Dumba if that's what Zito wanted to do. It would just be a bench move, just to have one more guy. What the hell happened here? So, all right.
Let's see.
We brought Stahl back already. Yeah, we could use shot blocking. But I don't think he wouldn't they're not going to get Dumba to take Kulikov off the ice. You know what I mean? He would be off. He would be 7D. Rogelio? Yeah. I think we still feel like we're going to get one defenseman. I think most of us kind of feel like we're still in the market for one depth defenseman. Anything else, I can't imagine why we would need more forwards. I think we feel pretty good about the depth that we have now, especially as we're getting Okposo. You've got Okposo, Lomberg, Cousins, Gadjevich, Lockwood, Dalpe if you needed, right?
Lockwood cleared waivers.
Yeah, so that means he's still on the team.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he just goes to Charlotte. But once the roster expands, we can bring them right back up if that's what we wanted to do. We've been looking at hold on a second. Nerfville says that was our D-man move. We now have 2 extra D-men and 2 forwards on the NHL and more in the AHL. I don't know, man. I mean, it may end up being that way, but I mean, he's got some NHL experience, but it just seems like for whatever reason, he's just not played a whole lot the last 3 years. So I don't know if that's all injury related or what. So I don't know. Anytime we assume Zito is done with something, Kyle, run the chat. I'm going to check Twitter.
All right. Yeah, Chikrin is still on the table, but he is a less likely candidate since he still has term on his contract. Matt Dumba might end up being the guy we go pursue. So we got less than 45 minutes left until the deadline hits. So we're just waiting to see if Zito has one more move left in him.
It's quiet.
Yeah, it is going to be quiet.
There was not a lot of claims either.
No.
And with the Flyers getting Johnson, I guess Sidney Crosby is not going anywhere. Yeah, this has been a lot slower of a day than I think I anticipated.
Well, so much already happened before today
Right. Yeah.
even happened.
Yep. But like even Saravalli's page is just not, it's just not littered. That's it.
Todd says in 12 minutes, the trade world is going to go nuts. Watch, crazy moves are coming.
Yeah, it start. Didn't we have a year like that where all of a sudden at like 2:30, all hell broke loose? What do I think the best trade was? I mean, the getting Tarasenko for peanuts was not bad. There had been a couple of trades made earlier before the final rush that were made, but there hasn't been anything that just like blow anybody's socks off. I was shocked when I saw the Crosby rumors. It just doesn't feel like something that would happen to move the guy in the middle of the season like that. You know, they were still busy thinking that, they were going to make a run. I don't think Crosby's interested. He would have a no move clause, right?
Yeah, Metallic Coaster, that's correct. We claimed someone called Bjorn Fart off waivers. We're doing pretty good, Lance. Just waiting for Bill Zito to fleece yet another GM. Let's see. Yeah, maybe around the 2:30 mark. Maybe around the 2:30 mark is when we are going to see something happen. Luigi says, Kyle, are you talking about Kyle Okposo will be joining the Points to talk about the trade on ESPN? I'm not sure.
He must be talking about Pozo, yeah. Are we a better team after the addition of Tarasenko? I don't necessarily know how much better it makes us immediate, but what it does is it does add a big piece in case somebody gets injured during the playoffs. Coop, do we really claim a Vegas guy? Yeah, he was originally drafted. He was a first-round draft pick. I have him up here. He was a 22nd overall first-round draft pick by the Kings in 2019. He played 3 games, 33 games, 70 games. And then since 22-23, he's played 10 for the Kings, 1 for the Kings, and then 2 for Vegas. And he hasn't done much of anything. So, I hate to call the kid a bust, but he's only 22. So it definitely seems like somebody that Bill Zito feels like the team can work with and turn around. And who can blame him? Right? Who can blame him? He just finalized it all with Forsling. So now he took another Swedish guy. So we'll see how it goes. But I don't think he'll be seeing the ice anytime soon, in my opinion. So Metal says, I think it'll take a few games for chemistry to form and figure out all the best line combos. This is Zito's strategy to not win the President's Trophy. Well, I do want first place in the conference. That I definitely would definitely want.
Yeah.
because that'll help us out playoff matchup wise, most likely. I mean, who knows? It depends on who wins that 8th seed. Because you look at it the opposite way. If Boston wins it, then they're probably going to either get the Lightning or possibly Islanders. Yeah, Denisenko headed for the 4th line in the AHL. Where is Denisenko these days? Where is he? Let's see. He just never could. He's with Vegas. He's with Vegas. He played 6 games with Vegas this year. And so I assume that he's in the AHL now. Let's see.
Undisputed Sports says, hey, I'm a Lightning fan. How do you feel about Lightning taking Duclair? And do you feel like we are just like the Florida Panthers from last year where they barely squeak in?
Oh, before you answer that question, when people were asking about Denisenko was playing for the Henderson Silver Knights in the Vegas Golden Knights system. In 48 games, he has 14 goals, 26 assists, so he has 40 points. And yet, even with the 40 points, he is a negative 17.
Negatives.
He's a minus 17.
Ouch. Nerful says Kevin Weeks on ESPN. The Point says the Bruins thought they had something with Linus Ullmark, so there was a deal that he essentially nixed in large part based on geography, I'm told.
Really?
Yeah. That is very interesting.
The minus 17 chicken was Denisenko in the AHL for Vegas. Yeah, I think Duke was a decent addition for the Lightning. I mean, they know what kind of player he is. Did they pick up anybody that would help fill in for Sergachev, or did they just leave that whole situation to rot?
Nate says he's just waking up, found out about Kyle Okposo. Is he going to be just a depth guy, you think?
I mean, he may take Cousins' spot. He may be the first guy off the bench, forward wise. You got to keep Lorentz because he's a center. So we need Stenlund to stay healthy is what we need. Stenlund, it's important that he stays healthy. But in terms of Okposo, I don't know. That's going to be up to Maurice whether he's going to want Okposo to take Cousins' spot or if he's going to put Okposo on the bench. Yeah, Pat Maroon to Boston. Yeah, we saw that one. Yeah, what are we? We're at 226, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if Saravalli has anything to say here. No.
Boulevard says, here's a funny fact. Jake Bailey, the Dolphins punter, stat-wise is if not the worst, one of the worst Panthers one of the worst punters in the league. But salary-wise, he is in the top 10 punters in the league. Todd says 4 minutes to crazy time. Make that 3 minutes. Hey, Raven finally showed up.
Hey.
Says, lol, Boston got marooned.
How you feeling about that, Raven? Taunt. We'll find out.
Nerful says we traded Denisenko for Bjarnfoot. Low. I guess in a roundabout way, that's what's happened. Raven says we needed someone like him, so yeah. So Raven seems to be happy with the move.
Okay.
Come on, NHL, do something.
The Panthers right now on Twitter have some Okposo highlights.
Yeah.
They don't show anything from the Islanders in 15-16, of course.
I wonder why. Raven says, but we are shopping Olmark. Not sure how I feel. We reportedly had a deal set up that fell apart. Yeah, Kevin Weeks said it was due to geography issues or something. Maybe Olmark doesn't want to get exiled to Canada. Or let's see. What's been the biggest move in our opinion? Well, everyone's focused on the get sell trade. That seems to be a really big move. So
Barnford played 2 games with Vegas before missing most of the season with an undisclosed injury. He's been on injured reserve since January and he is yet to be activated. So he's on injured reserve. It says Florida has just over $700,000 in cap space after making these 3 roster moves. So anything we do after this would have to be salary retained, obviously, or a player going back. D'Angelo and so that goalie that they were talking about, Cormier, we had waived him and he cleared waivers. So I guess he's still with us. So that's interesting. D'Angelo, Lemieux, Ranta cleared waivers.
Rogello says, if you were Zito and money was not a problem, what defender would you breed today?
Oh, jeez. I'm reading. I have to think about that.
IDK waivers already cleared. That happens at 2:00. At 2:00, every waiver that was not claimed was cleared. Which is how we have the news about Barefoot being claimed by the Panthers. I thought Colorado was not done yet. They're still shopping for a backup goalie, aren't they?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't listen, Taunt, to be honest. I see his videos every once in a while. I watch if it's about the Panthers, but that's about it. Yeah, Okposo played well against us with the Islanders a long time ago. Yeah. That was the year before I started the channel. The Trotrek was trip year. That's what that was.
Well, apparently in the Andrew Peak trade, Boston gave Jakub Zaboril and a 3rd-round pick to the Blue Jackets. So the Blue Jackets got a pick out of the deal.
I'll be right back, kiddo.
As well as a defenseman.
I'll be right back, Kyle.
All right. So yeah, we've got less than half an hour to go, and we're just waiting to see if any particular big splashes are about to occur. Panthers still arguably could use a defensive depth piece. So in case you're just joining us, you can read the banner. The Florida Panthers acquired Okposo from the Sabres for Carl Stalin and a 7th that becomes a 5th if the Cats win the Cup. Okposo is being interviewed on ESPN. Well, let's see. Can anyone give us updates? Is anyone watching ESPN at the moment? I was considering turning it on, but I want to devote my attention to the chat here. So, yeah, there's not much left available. It's basically down to Savard, Dumba, and maybe Chikrin. We're just waiting to see if anything crazy happens. We got 25 minutes to go. Raven says they play nasty in your face. You're getting a hard game. It'll be fun to learn their style and how Paul Maurice does things. So that's apparently the Kyle Okposo quote. That sounds pretty awesome. Glad to have you here, fellow Kyle. Yeah.
Okay.
So Raven has a quote from Okposo as he's being interviewed on ESPN right now.
Okay.
Okposo says about the Panthers, quote, they play nasty in your face. You're getting a hard game. It'll be fun to learn their style and how Paul Maurice does things. So
gotcha. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. So we're about 20 minutes away. I think it's pretty much.
Lolo says, I feel something huge coming. I feel it in my bones. Hope you're right, Lolo. Right now, all we've got is radio silence.
A little bit. Matt Dumba to Tampa Bay is picking up steam.
Dumba to Tampa Bay is picking up steam. Where'd you read that?
Elliot Friedman 8 seconds ago.
Oh, boy. Well, I heard at least one person in here say they didn't want Dumba because he does not fit our style at all. Andrew says the Lightning are finally waking up.
I'll let you know if he let's see. Here's the born
Colton, just now it appears Matt Dumba is most likely headed to Tampa. Yep. TSN has it on their trade tracker.
Okay.
This will be interesting. So there goes another defenseman, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wade Allison feed we covered. We saw that Wade Allison to Nashville. Wade Allison to Nashville and Dennis Gurianov to Philly. The San Antonio Spurs have been eliminated from the playoffs. Thanks for the basketball update, Ghost.
Everybody on Twitter fighting over who had it first. It's so silly.
Jake says, I never see your live streams on my sub page or recommended anymore for some reason. I always have to go to your page to find it.
Huh. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Especially for somebody who watches everything. That don't make a lot of sense. I mean, I believe you, but that's YouTube. I have people that it's the same way. Paul from the locker room. Anytime I get shown one of his videos, I watch it. But if I want to see what he's put out on a daily basis, I have to go to his channel because I don't get shown half of his stuff.
All right. I'm still waiting for TSN to tell me what the Coyotes get back for Dumba. Let's see.
Yep, you guys got Dumba, Andrew. Yeah, taunt, that makes sense. Luigi says the Okposo interview on the point was very cool. He is over the moon. Over the moon, you can tell he's going to bring more leadership and experience, and he's having a great season for a fourth liner. Yeah, I like it. I definitely.
The Coyotes' deal with Tampa for Dumba is for a pick swap in the later rounds. Saves the Coyotes a couple $1,000,000 as well.
Well, we didn't have anybody that we make a deal with now. It's got to be salary retained because we don't even have $1 million left because of the waiver pickup. Because we got another Swede. Nerful says Dumba is a defenseman who is terrible at defending. We expect that price will be low. At least it should be, right?
All right. Less than 20 minutes to go.
I think they might be done now, Andrew.
All right. So another player taken off the board. Now we're just waiting to find out the fates of guys like Savard and possibly Chikrin. Let's take a look at the TSN trade bait board. Who is left? I'm not talking just defensemen. I'm not just talking defensemen. Like who is left that's not been traded? So we got Nick Dowd, center from Washington. Max Pacioretty, left winger from Washington. Jake DeBrusk, left winger from Boston. Riley Smith, Pittsburgh. Chikrin, Ottawa. Lars Eller from Pittsburgh. Vegas has a first rounder that they could trade if they needed something. Let's see. Did Elias Lindholm get a deal, or is Elias Lindholm apparently is a UFA next year? And then you got Jacob Markstrom, the goalie from Calgary, Eric Bradstrom, Mikhail Grenlund, Alex Nedeljkovic, Tyson Berry, Capo Kakkonen, Tyler Johnson, Dominic Kubalik, David Savard, Jack Roslovic, Frank Vetrano, Linus Olmark, Arthur Kaliev, Tomasz Tatar, Joel Armia, and Mike Hoffman. And those are all the players. There were 35 names on TSN's trade bait board, and a great deal of them have already been taken. So,
yeah, see, no salary retention on Dumba. That's a part of that.
let's see.
And he doesn't really fit our style.
Matt says, Nerful says Matt Dumba and a 7th in 2025 to Tampa in exchange for a 5th round pick in 2027. No salary retention on Dumba.
Right.
Wait a minute. Brazzano has something.
Okay, what?
I'm not sure if he's joking or not. Panthers get Justin Schultz for Nick Cousins, Josh Mahura, a 3rd and a 2nd.
What?
I think Rosado might.
I don't have nothing here. Oh,
I think Rosado.
I think Rosado got you.
Yeah, that sounds like a ridiculous overpay for any player, let alone the guy I've never heard of. Nice try, Rosado. Let's see. Okay, Nerful has actual news.
Okay.
The Penguins have acquired goalie Ludovic Weber and a conditional 2025 7th round draft pick in exchange for Magnus Hellberg.
Wait. We traded Weber?
The Penguins traded Weber.
No, Weber is ours. Magnus Hellberg.
Magnus Hellberg.
Is it another goalie?
Yeah, it's a different goalie. We traded goalies.
So we traded goalies.
Hellberg is our third
30.
goalie.
He's 32. He's had a couple of. Why would we do that?
Nerful says there's the Panthers' third goalie for the playoffs.
No, it's still Spencer Knight. This guy can't be our third goalie. He's played 26 career games. He's got an 890 with the 3.0 goals against. 3.08 goals against. He's not. Why would we do that? Why would we give a young goalie for an old goalie? And Fluffy farted. So I know it's not a good.
Hellberg has a .905 save percentage in the AHL this season. Mason, we just traded away Ludovic Weber for Hellberg, the goalie.
Let me see.
Let's see. Nerfel says Weber was struggling and had no potential.
So we trade him for an old guy who's never. I mean, Spencer Knight's still the third goalie, but that's disappointing. This is a backup for the AHL team. That's not the third goalie for the playoffs. He's not an NHL goalie. He's been up a couple of times when teams have been desperate, but he doesn't even leapfrog Spencer Knight.
Hellberg, go ahead.
He's Knight's backup in Charlotte.
Nerfel says Hellberg was third goalie for Detroit, Ottawa, and Seattle last year.
Yeah, but in Detroit he started 13 games. He was 4-8-1 with a .885 and a .329 save percentage. I can do that.
Nerfel says in 3 games with Pittsburgh this year, he has a .922 save percentage and a 2.50 goals against average.
I mean, 3 games. He's had 1 start.
Devin says unless Spencer's on the block.
That's 1 start. No, I don't know what the hell that's all about.
Raven says sources say Pacioretty is staying with Washington per Frankfurt Cervali.
Yeah, there's Trey's got the answer. He's going to be in Charlotte when Spencer gets called up, so they don't have to worry about the AHL playoffs. Trey's got the answer. Yep.
Taunt says, if you notice when Zito makes bigger trades, he sneaks in AHL people for value. He knows the whole NHL is desperate for goalies. He is brewing something. Roslovic to the Rangers from the Columbus Blue Jackets. That just happened, apparently.
What happened?
Roslovic to the Rangers from Columbus.
Okay.
Yeah, we've entered the last 10 minutes, and apparently Max Pacioretty is off the board as he is going to stay in Washington.
58. Stop calling people my old age, John. My age. He's too old to be a kid. Anybody over 30 is old in sports world.
Let's see.
That one, yeah. Nick says, Zito said, oh, hell, I'm over this shit for today.
Hey, edit the banner. Now we made a move.
You edit it. You write that all out.
Let's see.
We only got 10 minutes left, 9 minutes left anyway. I got to go do a video. You get to take a break.
Let's see. Hang on a second. You're telling me I can't press enter and have the typer go down the line?
No.
Let's see.
No. The hardest part of my day is learning how to pronounce that guy's name. Bornfot. Tobias Bornfot. I guess that I know that can't be right. Bornfoot. Bornfoot? I think it's Bornfoot.
Hang on a second.
Nerfel says from David's work, it didn't work out the way the Panthers had hoped for Weber. Now he gets a fresh start with the Penguins, and Florida gets veteran goalie with upside who's had some international success in Hellberg. Jaws for Katie Gauze. Born to fart. Raven says Vegas has been making traction on another big move for a player with term. We'll see if they can get this to the finish line. 10 minutes to go. No, 7 minutes to go.
Let's
Damn.
see.
Crosby to Vegas. Oh, Jesus.
And I'm going to be so behind on the chat by the time I'm finally done typing this new banner out.
I'll just be glad when I get to take these headphones off. My head's killing me.
Did I get it right?
Hold on. Yeah, that's good enough. That's fine.
Let's see. Once we hit 3 o'clock, all trades have to be submitted.
Yeah. Yeah, I like 58's idea. Zito should blow up the trade deadline stories by announcing a Reinhardt contract. I like that idea. All right, we're almost there.
There will still be more trades coming out after 3 p.m., though.
They have to be submitted by 3. I can't remember the last time we heard one late.
So, the Oilers are done. Their deadline shopping complete per Frank Saravalli. Paul says they traded Lundell. Nice try, Paul.
Although I don't understand why we had to give Pittsburgh a 7th-round pick to take a kid that might develop for an old man that's already in a wheelchair.
So, well, basically Weber gets a fresh start with the Penguins, and we get an experienced goalie with some success in the international leagues. So, well, the chat has devolved into trying to practical joke us about Lundell.
I'm on Twitter. Somebody ban Paul. Don't ban Paul. Tom, if you're here, I'm kidding.
Hey, Paul.
Oh, holy crap. See, don't ban Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Definitely don't ban Paul. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Raven says
my timing has been excellent these last couple of days.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, shout out to the fact that we have 310 people watching us across YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Paul.
Braven says, breaking as per TSN's Bob McKenzie, Vegas is working on a Tomas Ertl deal with San Jose.
Trey.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I'm laughing at the chat. Look at what Trey called Paul.
Hang on a second.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, we're here for trades. Go ahead, Kyle.
Per TSN Bob McKenzie, Vegas is working on a Tomas Ertl deal with San Jose.
Of course. Because the rich get richer, because why not, right?
Let's see. Roslovic to the Rangers, confirmed it's a 4th-round pick that becomes a 3rd if Rangers reach the Stanley Cup Finals. Ghost says trade talks are apparently off for the Panthers. No more moves.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks like Tomas Ertl to Vegas might be happening. It is on the TSN tracker.
Yep. Jeez.
So Colin Miller to the Jets. Apparently Winnipeg is getting even more players from New Jersey. And Raven has some football news saying the Bears will select Caleb Williams with the 1st overall pick. They are unwilling to entertain any trade offers for the pick, and Justin Fields will be traded.
Interesting.
Let's see. Let's see. Where is Okposo lining up? 4th line if he's in the active lineup. We have just hit 3 o'clock, folks, so we'll stick around for about another, 15 minutes just to see if anything...
I'm going to let you do that.
Okay.
I am going to go start my video so I can be done by 4:30 because my head is killing me from the headphones.
I see.
I'm gonna leave for now. I'm gonna go film the video, and then when I'm done with that, I'll come back and then we'll close it up.
All right.
Okay. All right.
So I will stick around for about 15 minutes or so. Hey, Dad, how long is it gonna take you to do the video? Hey, Dad, can you hear me? He can't hear me. Let's see. 15 minutes is the maximum for trades to be approved. All right, so yeah, I'll stick around for a little bit. You all right?
I'm okay. It's just my ears. I had to put my earplugs in. That's what happened to me the one time.
I see.
You know, my ears, they have problems from all the years of headphones.
So
long I can leave it in.
So my plan is to stick around for 15 minutes. Is that how long it's going to take for you to do a video?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Let's see. Yeah, it seems official Hurdle is going to Vegas. Ghost says 15 minutes is the max for trades to be approved. Let's see. It sounds like 1st rounders are going back to San Jose for the Hurdle deal. 1st rounder or multiple 1st rounders? So Vegas is loading up. And the Panthers, at least one report says that the Panthers are done trading for today. Now let's see if we get any confirmation of what happens with the Hurdle and Colin Miller trades. So right now, some of you might be seeing the banner at the bottom that shows the moves that the Panthers made today. The Florida Panthers acquired Kyle Okposo from the Sabres for Kalle Sjalin and a seventh that becomes a fifth if the Cats win the Cup. And the Panthers traded Ludovic Weber and a conditional seventh to the Penguins for Magnus Hellberg. So we basically got grit and strength for the bottom six, basically bottom six depth, and a veteran third goalie. So the Canucks did not sign Phil Kessel. So I guess that deal, if there was a deal to start, yeah, Florida got Magnus Hellberg, and we traded Ludovic Weber and a conditional seventh to get him. So we invested in a veteran third goalie and basically gave Ludovic Weber a fresh start in Pittsburgh. Nerful, who are you quoting there? Nerful, who are you quoting, says, I'm told the Panthers are done for the day and pleased with how things transpired over the past week. Bring on the playoffs. Okay, David Dwork apparently said that. So the Panthers appear to be done for the day. It's about 10 minutes to go until we should hear about any of the literal last minute trades. So, what players are getting sent to San Jose to make the money work? We are in the midst of finding that out. Yeah, Tomas Hertl is apparently a Vegas Golden Knight, as if they needed more strength. Thomas Hertl will go to Las Vegas pending the trade call. That was posted by Elliot Friedman on Twitter 7 minutes ago. No, as of right this moment, no one took Jacob Chikrin. So, this is going to be interesting to follow. Less than 10 minutes to go until I don't need to wear these headphones anymore. That's a relief. So, what does everyone? How would you grade the Panthers' moves in this at this trade deadline? Between we did several things here. We got Tarasenko for essentially peanuts, a third and fourth round pick. We got Okposo for Kalle Sjalin in the seventh. We traded Ludovic Weber and the seventh to the Penguins for Magnus Hellberg. We claimed some Bjornfot guy off of waivers. And we gave Gadjevich a 2-year league minimum extension. And we gave Forsley an 8-year, $5.75 million AAV contract. Chicken, if you just joined me, that was the Panthers trade recap. Christian says C. Jameson says B+. C is harsh, Christian. Hurdle had to waive his no-move clause to go to Vegas. He had 6 more years left on his contract. He's injured right now, but as I mentioned on NHL Network, he'll be ready for the playoffs. Yeah, it's solid. Gave up nothing for at least 2 known good players, and a wavered player is going to be a god on Ice Watch. So, Lance grades an A-. Chicken Doyles puts it B+ to A-. Nerful says that Vegas gave the Sharks 2 firsts for Tomas Ertl, and there is, quote, heavy salary retention. Yeah, I personally would give this trade deadline A-. Bruins, according to Raven, says GM Don Sweeney for the Bruins just moved his post-NHL trade deadline press conference back to 3:30 from the originally scheduled 3 p.m. time given yesterday. So, we're just waiting for the news on the return for the Sharks in the Hurdle trade and the return for the Devils in the Colin Miller trade, because apparently Winnipeg wanted to get one player from New Jersey and go grab another one the same day. So, Rogello says, I am missing a depth defender, to be honest. David Edstrom is apparently a key part of the trade to San Jose from Vegas. Mason, a trade merely has to be submitted by 3 o'clock. You can still have it go through after 3 o'clock. Andrew says the Dumba to Bolts trade is not official, but still pending the trade call. But other than that, Lightning appear to be done for the day. Okay, we just got an update on the return. Vegas receives Tomas Ertl. The Sharks receive a 2025 first round pick, a 2025 third round pick, a 2027 third round pick, and David Edstrom. So that's David Edstrom, a first and 2 thirds. So, yeah, we heard that the Panthers claims Tobias Bjornfoot off of waivers from the Golden Knights. So apparently Hurdle's contract is 17% retained, which is a very oddly specific percentage. So, yeah, the Sharks retain 17% of Hurdle's salary, but they get a first, 2/3, and David Edstrom. Interesting. Very interesting. The 17% retention on Tomas Hurdle will cost the Sharks more than $8 million in actual dollars across the life of the deal. Yeesh. Why in hell? Chicken Doidle says, why in hell would you retain 17% on a contract that runs to 2030? Raven says, fascinating day for Bruins. Sounds like they had a deal on the table to move Linus Ullmark to the Kings that did not end up crossing the finish line via Frank Saravalli. So, to reiterate, Tomas Hurdle is now a Vegas Golden Knight, and San Jose retains 17%. That's 17% of the contract, which means the Sharks will be paid a total of $8 million over the course of the contract. And the return for San Jose includes a first round, 2/3, one first rounder, 2 third rounders, and David Edstrom. The Bruins move Derek Forbort to LTIR to become cap compliant.
Okay.
$3 million for Forbort. They announced what the Hurdle deal was.
Eat my freaking pecker hole. Why did they give up a 9th round pick in 2042 and a ham sandwich and a free casino stay at the Sand, right?
No, it's significant.
Okay.
It's the 2025 first round pick,
Jesus Christ.
the 2025 third round pick, a 2027 third round pick, and David Edstrom.
Jeez.
But the catch is the Sharks retain 17% of Hurdle
17%
of Hurdle's salary. It means the Sharks are going to be paying $8 million over the remainder of his contract.
Yeah. Somebody needs to beat Vegas. They can't keep getting away with it.
Oh no, he's triggered. Look at what you've done.
I'm exhausted. I need to finish this video so I can go sit in my chair. I'm too old for this shit.
Hey Don, we got another thing happening.
What?
Raven is hearing that the Wilds traded Connor DeWar to Toronto.
Oh, the Leafs finally made a move. Eh?
The Leafs chose the literal last minute to make a move. It's 3:17, and now we are hearing about the Leafs doing something. So, yeah, Metallic Coaster is right with you. They can't keep getting away with this. So let's all stick around at least until we find out what the Leafs, the Connor DeWar deal is. "58 Music says they knew you said 15 more minutes and were like, nope, wait a little longer. Yeah, that you got that right. Hurdle, according to Elliot Friedman, he said this on Twitter 3 minutes ago. He says Hurdle, by the way, is expected to return in the regular season.
Oh, because he's hurt. Yeah.
That's gonna make everyone.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, kiddo, I'm ready. I'm going to get my video out, and there's libations calling my name. I'll tell you that. It's Friday, and I'm cooked. I'm ready. All right, thank you all for joining us. This was fun. This was good. At one point, we had over 300 people in here. I really appreciate it, and yeah, that's really cool. It was 2 years ago. We had about 20 people. And the Zito press conference is coming up later. I got to break that down too. So I'm going to have a short video out, but those of you who have been here have heard everything I had to say. Kyle, thank you, brother, for hanging out too. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll get you an extra piece of banana bread. That's good. I'm going to go die now. So thank you all for coming. I'm going to sleep so good. My girlfriend appreciates everybody coming out because that'll keep me off of her tonight because I had no energy for nothing. All right. Any last words, Kyle?
Go Panthers.
Go Panthers. Yep. All right. We'll see you tomorrow at a half hour before the game. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you all. Thank you for the super chats. Thanks again. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, everyone. Peace out.